Hello there from Rangeley, Maine. I'm at the Country Club Inn, compliments of my friend Margie Jameson, the owner. It turns out that there's just not enough space at my cabin up here, which is where I've been isolating, to bring you a nicely recorded session. So we have a little more space here, and I think this will work out a little bit better. Anyway, I hope this finds you well, and I'm grateful that you tuned in here, and I hope that you're enjoying some of the other videos that have been put out by some of the other Evolve instructors. My name is Laura Alexander, and we're going to do some Pilates today. So let's go ahead and come into a seated position. We're just going to do some abdominal warm-ups. I'm going to use a pair of weights. These are just 2-pounders. You don't have to use anything at all, or if you don't have weights, you can use something similar that you might have around in your house. So we're going to lie back, and let's go ahead and position the hands shoulder distance apart, wrists turned inward, feet and knees together, knees bent. Take an inhale through the nose, and on the exhale, roll on up. And inhale, lie back and down, and up. We're just going to do 5. You'll find today that we do fewer reps of everything because I want to get several exercises in for you. We're staying in motion, bringing those weights together like so, and it's oblique curls. Inhale back and down, and you may take the arms above if you'd like. Lift and twist from here, or stop just at shoulder height. Twist the upper body. Keep those knees and feet stable. Equal pressure through the feet. One more each way here. Last one. And then let's go ahead and set the weights off to the side. Bring your arms nice and long here and bring the knees up into a double knee fold. You're going to do the 100 next, which is 100 pumps of your arms by your sides, gaze fixed on your abdomen, and straighten the legs if and when you are ready. If it's hard on your back, keep them right where they are. That's a modification. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. I'm going to straighten my legs. Nice strong arms, straight wrists. There's a little bit of an aerobic feeling to this. And certainly there's form. So always be thinking about how you look when you do Pilates if you can, if you're familiar enough with the exercises. And I'm taking my legs down to a place that's still safe in my back, but I feel a challenge in my front or in my core. And we'll just give it 2 more deep breaths here. And we'll lie back and down, just pull the knees in, a little back and forth motion from side to side. Let's take a moment for a figure 4 stretch. Let's cross one ankle over the other knee, hands wrap around the back of that leg and relax. So press those arms out to straighten. On the inhale, straighten that up leg. Flex the foot to come back down. We're going to throw a little footwork in here too in this position. Footwork is just as important as all the work that we do to improve the health of our spine. 2 more like this. And when the leg is up again, you'll leave it and point and flex as deeply as you can. You're going to feel that nice stretch in the calf muscle. Maybe a couple more here. Stay pointed in circles 5 times each way. It's harder than we think, but it's so, as I said, important. Good, and let's bend the leg and recross the other way. Same idea. One side might feel a lot different than the other. That's normal. And then inhale this leg up, flex it to come down. Just try to get to a place where you feel these movements the same on side to side. And that happens over time because our bodies need to be brought into uniform development. I know I'm a little out of whack right now after these past few weeks. Pointing and flexing. And stay pointed in circles. And reversing. Good, and then bend that leg and let's uncross and keep ourselves in this position for the moment. Just a few pelvic tilts here. You know that keeping the hips down
and just rocking the pelvis back and forth from side to side. It's front and back rather. And you can even just kind of do a little side to side thing. It usually feels pretty good on the back. Good. And then I'm going to jump ahead to an exercise called shoulder bridge, because I want to make sure we get some extension work in here. Position the feet a little wider than they are, and they're going to be about hips distance apart. And then you're going to curl the tailbone up off of mat as you breathe in and lift the hips up, up, up. And then exhale to lengthen the spine to roll back down, release through the sacrum. Again, coming up, back down. Couple more here. Arms nice and long. Relax your chest. That feels really nice. And again, take a moment to just pull the knees in. Let's roll on up into sitting. And at this point, I'm going to spin around and explain what roll up should be. So, stretching the legs out in front of you, which you may or may not be able to see right here. Bringing the arms up. And feet are together and flexed. Exhale to just come over and come back up, and you're going to roll all the way back down. All right, so here we go. Inhale to come up, and exhale to round up and over. And then take one full breath to roll back and down. So you're going to draw the arms back, abdominals in, and exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale. Exhale through the sticky part, reaching up and over, back and down. We'll do 3 more here. Try to lengthen through the neck, send the crown of your head out past your fingertips, and then your fingertips out past your feet. Don't worry if they don't get there. Perhaps one day they will, but it doesn't matter if they don't. It's in the trying. Let's make this one your last one. Then forward and take that nice stretch. And then come all the way back down to the mat. And we're going to jump ahead to single leg circle. So the one leg stays down long on the mat, my left leg here, and then the right leg is going to come up. And I'm going to get it as straight as possible. I'm going to flex that down foot. You can't really see it, but point the up. Turn it out a little bit. You don't want to be gripping too much in the quad. We could begin across the midline with these circles and exhale up. Inhale, scoop. 2 more here. And reversing. Straight down with that leg. Come up with the other. Flex the right foot, point the left, turn this out, and go to the right. Reversing. And again, both knees come in. Rolling on up, we move to the stomach series, beginning with rolling like a ball. So reaching around, lightly gripping the front of your ankles. You're going to pull your knees close to your shoulders and your heels close to your hamstrings and glutes. Keep your gaze down, and my back is nice and rounded, and hopefully I look a little bit like a ball. And I'm going to keep that. Inhale to rock back, and exhale up. One more here. Again, that's 5. We'll do 5 reps of each of the stomach series positions. We begin with single leg stretch. Bring a knee in. You can choose to have your hands here or the outside hand on the ankle. And then you switch and switch. So don't just throw the leg out there, right? You're just going to keep stretching out, trying to elongate the muscles out of the hip. And one more each way here. And then with the head still up, double leg stretch. Reach, circle, pull. If this starts to bother your neck, you can put your head down and continue the work. Again, it's a modification. Pay attention to where you're extending your legs. One more here. And then coming up, 4 scissors. Pull, pull, and lift the leg up. Bring the leg to the hands. And then legs together. Let's flex the feet and slide the hands behind the head. Inhale to lower the legs down. Exhale to bring them back up. One more coming up. And we finish with crisscross. Notice that as I lift and twist towards my knee, I'm not collapsing through the shoulder, trying to bring the elbow to the knee. I'm actually staying open, trying to bring my chest to the knee. And switch again. Switch again. Last one each way. Lie back and down. Slide the hands behind the knees. Let's roll on up. And the exercise here is spine stretch. So you're going to bring the legs out in front of you. Let's back a bit. And they are about hip distance open, feet flexed again. So you're going to bring the arms up. Imagine that you've got your head and back body stacked up against an imaginary wall. Inhale to prepare here. Exhale to hinge forward. And then reach out through the body. Inhale to stack the spine back up again. Exhaling forward. Breathe in and engage the core. Breathe out and recommit to that engagement. Last one here. Grab the toes, grab the legs, pull gently, deepen that stretch. And then I'm going to go back to this side angle, pretending that I finished my last spine stretch, bending the knees and reaching the arms up, and it's open leg rocker. Again, probably the width of your shoulders. Inhale back, exhale up. Last one coming up. Good. Bring the legs together. Inhale here. Exhale, roll down. But bring the legs up into a 90-degree angle from here. And let's flex your feet. So, a move I often like to do in lieu of corkscrew is called leg sways, for lack of a better word for me. So, I'm just going to keep my hips open, my shoulders open, and then it's an inhale to take the legs away from my body. To me, I'm going to the right here. Breathe in to do it. Exhale, come back to center and go the other way. Two more each way. You're going to feel the obliques working here. Gives a little spinal rotation going too. And then, again, knees come in. So from here, I'm going to have you come on up into standing. And one of my favorite things to do when I teach a mat class is a standing version of the exercise called saw. So generally, you'd be sitting with your feet a little wider than they were in spine stretch, but here, you stand up and just bring them a little wider than you would normally. And so the arms come out to the sides. So we're going to go to the right first. Right here, I'm very relaxed through the shoulders. I'm going to inhale to prepare here, keeping my hips where they are in space. I'm going to go to the right on the exhale, flip my palms and just tilt forward. Exhale, 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 and look up to the ceiling past that extended arm. Inhale right back up, bring everything into my center. Twist to the left and dive. Coming up. Relax through the shoulders, so never up here. Twisting and diving. And we'll take one more each direction here. And last one. And arms come down. So while we're in the standing position, we'll do a little lateral flexion. Generally, I start class like this. I think it just feels really, really nice. Making sure that your feet are pointing straight ahead. Bring the arms up, and you're going to grab that right wrist in your left hand and just pull gently to the left. And so the idea is that you're going to elongate that whole right side of your body, maybe even press a little down through that right foot, and then back to center. Let's do that one more time in that direction. I'm inhaling here, by the way.
exhale, recommit to the abdominal connection or contraction, and let's take it to the right now. One more like that. Big, long, long line. And back. And just because we've been cooped up as we have been, let's do some shoulder rolls here. And 3 the other way. And then the exercise will be swan. So coming down onto your stomachs here. Swan is an exercise that can be tricky for a lot of people. It certainly is for me sometimes. If you're feeling tightness in your lower back, which I have been lately, I'm going to bring my legs apart a bit. But for me, it's placing the hands near or in the vicinity where your shoulders are related to the mat, and then keeping the elbows kind of close and off the mat. Forehead is down. And then you're going to inhale, put as little pressure through the hands as possible to start to elevate the body up. Keep your hip and pubic bones a little down and anchored. Exhale, lengthen back down. Up again. And down. Good. 2 more. Sometimes you can play around with this. Start with your hands off of the mat. See how far you can get before you have to literally put them down and assist yourself. Okay. And we're going to jump ahead to double leg kick. So arms come one hand inside the other up your back. Bring your legs together for this one. And you can keep your forehead down and look up and down or turn your head from side to side. I'm going to start with my head, forehead down, head on spine. Take an inhale here to prepare. Exhale, bend the knees 3 times. And then inhale to lift, away, come back down. Lift and lengthen. Lower down. Coming up and down. Last one here. Let's come around and we'll just throw some swimming in. So the goal here, you're using all those muscles down the spine, in the back. And the tempo of your paddling matches the tempo of your kicking. Let's give it one more deep breath. Gently bring everything down. Rock the hips a bit back and forth. And let's push back into a rest position or a child pose. And stretch those arms nice and long. And coming forward. So here, we're going to jump ahead to the side kick series. So you're going to lie on your side, shoulder, elbow, and the back of your body, all aligned to the back edge of the mat, but you bring your feet and legs forward. Top leg comes up hip height. For a more advanced version of this, you can put both hands behind your head and give yourself a little lift off the mat here, or this is another modification. So from here, you're going to swing a leg forward, swing it back, and the idea is to stay very stable in the upper body. This should feel like an abdominal exercise. And then when you have that leg back, I want you to drop through the hip, extend this arm away, and just do 3 circles, arm and leg. Feels awkward, but that brain work is part of Pilates. And bend this arm, reach around, or rather bend the leg and reach around with the arm to grab your foot. And then letting go. I'm going to do this more advanced version on this. You're going to kick up and down. Sometimes remembering, you want to stay lifted through that hip. Just 2 more here. And then we do a développé. So you'll notice my leg is very turned out, knee to the ceiling. This is a ballet move. Joseph Pilates worked with a lot of dancers in his early days. Bend and extend. Last one here. Good. And then from here, just laying the head down on your arm, this hand stays here. Pick up the legs and bring them back 3 times. Side lifts. Last one here. Good. And then I'm going to come on up and around, and we'll switch to do the other side. So everything is to the back edge of your mat. Top leg is up. Inhale, swing that leg forward. Exhale, swing it back. And again, just staying lengthened through the hip.
And last time you've got that leg back, extend the arm away in those 3 arm and leg circles. Opposite or together, it does not matter. Just gives you something new to think about. And then reach back, bending this leg, keeping this knee in line with the hip, and just taking a nice stretch through here. And then I'm going to lift a little mouse tunnel we call it, and turn this up leg out to kick up and down. And then develop A, bend, lift, and lower. And we reverse for 3. And then turning the leg back into parallel, and bring the head down on the arms, and the legs come back as well. 5 times. Inhale to lift and lower. I don't know if we did this 3 times on the other side. Let's do 5 here. No harm. Good. And then from here, rolling back over onto your stomachs. And then bring the hands back to a place near your shoulders as if you're about to do swan again, but you're going to curl your toes up on the mat and push yourself up into a plank position. And here, we're going to do 10 push-ups. Inhale to bend. And then stay here in your plank position. Walk your feet a little bit into your hands. And then it's nice to hang the head, come into a yoga position, a downward dog-like position. And we do a little running here. Again, just let your head hang. I like to really anchor down through my hands and get a stretch through my armpits. And then pause here. Now, if you can, you're going to walk your feet in towards your hands. And then walk your hands a little back towards your feet, and just stay bent forward here. Let your head and arms be really heavy. Turn your head from side to side. Back to center, nod your head up and down. And then you're going to bring yourself up into standing. We call it a standing Pilates roll up. Bring the arms out, or up rather, in front of you, out to the sides. And take one more big deep breath here. Big inhale. Palms come together. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll join us the next time. We'll mix it up for another 15-minute Pilates session. Be well.